What's going on YouTube? This is Shaver99 back bringing you Epic War. So I think in the last episode I closed the game before I saved it, so I actually had to play again from the start, but that's okay because I only had played one level, but that means I get to go back to research. And I believe in the last episode I got archery? Yes. I got archery. Shut up, Lasman. Why does Lasman love to send me Discord notifications when I'm recording? Like, literally, he will be quiet the entire day and he won't say a word. And the moment I hit record, he's like, hey, check this out. And I'm just like, alright, well, fuck the quality of my video, right? I guess that's alright, since he's the only one that really watches these anyway. Actually, he's not, because these videos get, like, 10 to 20 views. And I don't know if it's just Laz being addicted to the game and watching the video 10 times. Like, he just finishes the video and then he clicks refresh and watches it again. Or if there's actually like 10, 20 different people that watch it. I don't know. Leave a comment if you're not Lazlin and you watch these videos. Hoo-yah. Anyways, back on this game. So you beat level 1. We learned that there was 3 different... Okay, that was a Facebook message. Never mind. I'm going to turn my phone the other way so I don't get distracted by it. Okay, so we learned that there was 3 races. Humans, what was it, ogres, and... it wasn't ogres, it was... Whatever, it was humans. I could probably look. I don't know. Humans something and elves. Humans, orcs, and elves, I think is what it was. Anyway, yeah, three creature units that lived together. They had war for a long, long time, and then this darkness came and took them all. And anybody who had even the smallest amount of bad intentions in their soul was basically converted into this revenant creature. And now it's my job as a general to raise a ragtag group of what I'm guessing is pure-souled individuals who die pretty easily to fight. So, Chapter 1, the training grounds, battle by the plains, and then Chapter 2, investigation. Shadows of the King. These have names, and then Chapter 3. I like how I can play Chapter 3 without playing Chapter 2. Doesn't make much sense, but it's kind of cool. Chapter 3, corruption, the Dying Lands. I like the names, and I kind of like the story that the game is telling. So let's jump into this. Yes. So the West Gates were successfully defended by your wonderful leadership. I mean, I literally just sent them to die, and eventually, it was literally like the battle. It was literally like D-Day, Battle of Normandy, where they fucking literally just used brute force to storm the fucking walls. Yeah, there's a lot of strategy when you literally just brute force your way to the walls. A lot of strategy and consideration for human life. This is basically what I did in the first level. So unfortunately, the other 3 gates were breached, and you were overwhelmed in the end. Oddly enough, the rebels did not finish off the royal troops. Oh, so I lost anyway. Well, I saw that coming. Instead, as the castle gates were breached, they captured you and your entire troops and retreated. Why? You were tied and bound to a horse, riding for days until the rebel camp reached the southern plains where their hidden base lies. And finally, you were dumped in front of the rebel leader. The rebel leader! Oh, fuck, the Star Wars references are off the chart right now. I'm not even a huge Star Wars fan, and my Star Wars senses are tingling. You got up rubbing your dick in your hands. Okay, I'll stop. You got up rubbing your neck as your hands were untied. Damn, what did I do to deserve this? Greetings, General of the King. Where the hell are you? My name is Rebel Leader Kolza. What do you want with me? Relax, because I don't want to kill you. Instead, I have a proposal. And what is this proposal? Well, you remember the Shadow Wars, don't you? Oh, I don't know how I could forget. Of course I know. Who doesn't know? It started out as a contest for power between humans, orcs, and elves, but at the same time, shadows were... Why am I all of a sudden spouting exposition? And why is my phone making noises? Oh. But I don't know why, like, I've been tied down, I've been untied. Rebel leader is like, do you remember this weird war? And then my character's like, yes, in fact, let me just completely recap it for you, because you obviously don't know what it was. Shadows from hell knows where came out of nowhere, started consuming soldiers, and so the remaining soldiers of all 3 races forged a desperate alliance called the Sons of Destiny and fought in all the war, hence the Shadow War. What's your point? I think the reason why I'm giving this a little bit of shit is because it's not very realistic. If I was a general and I got dropped in front of the rebel leader, I wouldn't start spouting exposition. It's like, I'm there's like a spear like 2 inches from my throat, and I'm like, oh, well, the Shadow War. I pull like a little book out of my pocket, and I open it to the right page, and I'm like, well, you see, It started out as a contest for power between human orcs and elves, but it's stupid. But oh well, it's fine. Well, for any sake, I'm glad you know your history well. Okay. Do you remember what happened after the Shadow Wars? Yeah, my ass got fucking kidnapped. Yeah, our alliance got crushed and our forces scattered across the lands, including us, the humans. And when the king returned, did you notice anything different about the king? How should I know? I was only made general, you know. Because, you know, people are just randomly promoted to general. That's how it works. Let's just say that we feared may have come true. What we feared may have come true? We believe the king has been consumed by the shadows. Who would have thunk? What a plot twist. You're kidding. We do not have much proof, but he was struck by a shadow sword in battle, and he's been bedridden and screaming day and night in our retreat, and suddenly the struggle stopped and his wound started to heal. Don't you think this is suspicious? It sounds like a fucking demon entered his soul. Yeah, it's the least bit suspicious. Why isn't this more well known among the populace? Yeah, but that's not solid evidence. That's pretty fucking solid evidence to me. It's like a guy walking into the ER with a fucking bullet wound and we're like, we have no proof that this man was shot. Stupid. But after the wounds healed, one of our wizards sensed the dark aura surrounding him. Oh yeah, let's just add more to it. As if he was being controlled by a puppet on strings. He acts no differently from his old self, but soon the auras of other soldiers started turning darker. We believe the shadows are starting to spread. Yeah, but the shadows should be far south to the Deadlands. Of course, we do not know for sure. That's why I captured and called for your cooperation. When we stormed Normandy, it seemed like an easy victory. Too easy, in fact. But as we were about to storm the castle, one of our wizards sensed something horribly wrong in the core of the castle. It was dark. Am I going to get to use some wizards? Because these wizards seem pretty badass, man. They were pretty badass in the other game, too. So, I don't know. I'd like to see if I can use one. Anyway, in other words, in the king's hands existed a power we are no match for. The commoner troop was only a cleverly honeyed trap planted by the king. The commoner troop was only a cleverly honeyed trap planted by the king. That's a lot of words that don't belong to next to each other in a sentence, but okay. Who might be puppeted by the shadows, but in reality, as we witnessed, he commands troops with powers far beyond our own. So is the shadow... So, like, is the dark aura that consumes people, like, a physical entity, or is it supposed to be, like, a metaphor for just human temptation? You know, it's interesting. The darkness is probably the most interesting part of the story, and it makes up for the ridiculousness of everything else that's going on. Thinking about this, if it was me and I was the general and I got put in front of this rebel leader, in no way in hell would I believe a word this guy is saying. I don't understand why I'm saying here, well, what do you want me to do? Why would I believe a rebel leader who captured me, killed my people, and dragged me for days on a horse and dropped me down in front of him? Why would I believe a word he says in regards to anything? Why would I want to say, yeah, you're probably right, that bitch got possessed? Like, what in the world would make me think that he would... Realistically... In a realistic sense, he would probably just be bullshitting all of this just to get me to work for him. But since it's a game, you know, the game's got to plot its way forward, so I'll give it that. Okay. We witnessed your talent in leading troops in battle and literally just sent them to their death. You are only a small bird, but your wings will grow large. Excuse me? Did you see my performance in Epic War 1? You are very wrong, rebel leader. You fought a beautiful victory, and I believe that you may be the one destined to slay the shadows. Oh, great. Let's bring destiny into this. Let me guess. Is there a fucking prophecy? He who plays the game shall to defeat the ultimate boss. But if you think you can't win with your troops at the moment, what makes you think I can? Even shadows sleep. Fuck no, they don't. They go away when there's no light. That's not sleeping. They're just hiding. At the darkest of night, I will provide you a small group of raiders and assassins. Your mission will be to capture the king and bring him to me alive, along with the somatics and any weapons the shadow humans might possess. This mission is dangerous to me. Sounds like suicide. What happens if I refuse? What happens if the king is totally normal and you've just completely betrayed him? Alright, okay. You know what? This is interesting. I like where this is going. I just don't like the way it's been presented to me. Suddenly you were surrounded by archers with crossbows all aimed at your fat fucking head with the rebel leader smiling at you. Well, it's either you cooperate or we plant a dozen arrows in your throat. Now, which will it be? Well then, it doesn't look like I have much of a choice, do I? I don't understand why the rebel leader didn't just put 11 crossbows to my head the first time and just say, hey, work with me. I mean, realistically speaking, he should not have expected me to cooperate in the slightest. I don't know why I did, but I did. But apparently now I'm going to go back to the castle, another 3-day trip back, in the dead of night to kidnap the king that I have no real proof is evil other than the word of a rebel leader, but whatever. Click the options menu to pause the game and set your sound setting. Why would I do that when I can do it in Chrome? It will boost your mana pool capacity 30%. It will cost 50%. Well, something. You can upgrade your building base so that it can start training stronger units and cast some abilities. Oh, really? Can't do that yet. But I can upgrade archery level 1 to 2. Oh, I have to buy the upgrade? I thought just buying it meant it was permanent. Also, I can hold down the arrow button and press 0 and it'll fire permanently. It's auto fire. And that's so cool. Okay, so 50% total mana ability. Okay, so it costs 50% of my mana to upgrade it another 30%. I like that a lot, actually. It's no longer just a base cost, it's a percentage of what my actual mana is, which makes a lot of sense considering what a mana boost even is. Anyway, it was probably unnecessary because it only cost 150 to upgrade archery anyway. Okay, so I'm guessing this is infantry and this is cavalry, or not cavalry, clericsy, is that how you would pronounce it? And then I have to upgrade the 3 of them mid-game, and then this is the castle. I can upgrade the castle. What are all the things around it? There's so many buttons down here. Crazy, crazy, I tell you. Upgraded building, archery level 2. So now I have human archers, which cost 40 mana a piece. They're so expensive. So judging by how they send out so many units in bursts, I think a good way to play this game is to do the same. Send out a bunch of units at the same time instead of spread out, because if I send them out spread out, they're just going to get overwhelmed every time. So I want to wait for my mana to build up a bit, and then I'm going to send out like 5 squires and 5 archers if I can. I mean, it seems like a plan. It seems like a plan. Also, I'm pretty sure I was supposed to be visiting the king in the dead of night, but this looks like some pretty damn good daytime. Also, whoa, look at that. Look at these stats. Some nice stats. I like that. I wish it'd go away, but it's not gonna go away. Oh, hey. At least my, like, crossbow... Actually, my crossbow looks less realistic in this game than it did in the last game. I like the way it turns. Like, it turns a lot faster, which is nice. I have more control over it. Alright, anyway, we're about to max ourselves out. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Oh, I have to wait. 3, 4, 5. Got it. Damn. That was a lot of mana I just spent on that. But look at this small army I have. Ready to take on the freaking world. That archer has a flaming bow. Oh, no, it's just yellow. Yeah, mine are yellow too. Why the fuck is it yellow? It looked like it was a flaming arrow and I was gonna freak out. I was like, well, I'm dead. Alright, and then I can buy some more archers in the back because it'll take too long for the infantry to walk back up to the front. And the archers are just gonna be, I think that in the end, the archers are really gonna be what deals the damage to the castle, and the infantry in the front's just sort of to absorb the damage. I like that the playstyle is different than it was in Epic War 1. I actually have to consider, like, troops coming out grouped or separate. Whereas in Epic War 1, it was a lot more of just spam out troops and they'll do what they need to do. But I have to also take into account that the enemies do splash damage, which means all these troops are going to die together. Yeah, that kind of sucks a little bit of ass, doesn't it? But the idea is that these archers in the back, the entire purpose of the infantry was just to get my archers further up. Because now I have so many archers that I don't foresee any infantry getting near them, and any of their archers do point damage and not splash. So actually, this should just be winning. Because nothing could get to my archers to stop them. I mean, look at this dude. Look at this poor fool. He just got annihilated. Like, I made him commit not living. That's how bad it was. Unfortunately, these archers don't do as much damage as infantry, which makes a ton of sense. But this castle is dying at its own pace. This castle is dying at its own pace. You can see its health up here. If I did crop it out, because I'm usually pretty good at cropping shit out, so... I like that the game is the same size as the last one, so I can use my specs that I had for the last one on this one too. Makes editing it all the easier, and honestly, editing's usually the shittiest part about it, but, lately it's been pretty fun because, I have that fucking note, that sticky note with all the specs on it, so I just plug in the numbers and I can literally just watch the video stretch out to what it's supposed to be. Editing on this free software called VideoPad Professional, you can see it at the bottom there. It's pretty good, actually. I think I paid like $20 for it. Anyway, yeah, archers overwhelm this castle. Back to the game. You win. Battle score, battle health bonus. Oh, so whatever your castle's health is, you get it as a bonus? Okay. Player unit created bonus, I like that. So the more units you make, the better score you get. Battle experience, experience bonus. Why is there a bonus? Why not just make it regular? I don't know. But that was part 2. And I'm going to save. I'm not going to forget to save this time because I fucking lost my game the first time. And I have 2,600. What does it cost to upgrade you again? 1,500. Enables crossbowman level 1, archer unit level 2, and adds 50 point to max mana pool. What? So the upgrade itself gives me extra mana? I like the idea of that. I like that. Or I could get clerics, which I don't really know what a cleric does. I mean, like, I imagine this is like a human version of a wizard. At least that's what I would think. But I'm not sure. Click the button to increase your human academy maximum level to level 2. Enable cleric level 1. Add 20 points to maximum mana. Cost of research, 1,200. If I get this, can I get this too? No, because I need 2,700 to get these two. So short! But I can get this one and this one. I can upgrade barracks to this, to level 2, and then get archery at the same time. Now, see, that's me using my big brain. Tower research, and then the castle. So the tower is my the arrow shooter. Enable catapult unit? What? Hold on, I upgrade my tower and I get siege weapons? What tarnation is this game? I like this so much. I like this a lot more than Epic War 1. There's so much more to it. Enables catapult unit. What? What? I want to figure out what this stuff does. But we'll figure that out in the next episode. This episode's gone on for a while just because I was ranting on the story for a bit there. But all in all, I'm enjoying this quite a bit. Thank you all for watching. This is MajMa's39 playing for you Epic War 2, Episode 2, and I will see all of you in the next one. Bye, guys.